Have a nice and safe day to you all, and I wish a very warm welcome for this channel. Dear students, we are going to discuss another important topic, that is about human heart. As all of we know, our circulatory system needs a pumping organ. The pumping organ is heart. In invertebrates and in vertebrates, well developed modified blood vessels are required. So, it is developed from mesoderm. In case of vertebrate, it is developed from mesoderm. First of all, we have to discuss about development of heart, then we will go to the structure. Okay. It is found that human heart developed from mesoderm. Suppose this is the ectoderm, this is endoderm, this one is mesoderm. In mesoderm, there are a group of cells which produces heart. What are they? These are endocardial cells. These endocardial cells derived from mesoderm. What happens then? The origin of heart is bilateral. We know the origin of heart is bilateral. Why it is bilateral? Let's see here. This endocardial cell combine to produce tubes. Two tubes are produced. Like bilateral symmetry, it can be divided into equal half. Two tubes are formed. These tubes are called as endocardial tubes. Endocardial tubes. Okay. After formation of endocardial tube, what happens? Both of them fuse to produce a single tube. This single tube is endothelial tube. This is endothelial tube. Okay. This is a transverse section. If we take the total longitudinal section, this endothelial tube, around this endothelial tube there is a muscle called as splanchnic. After development of this muscle, it became heart. So, it became muscle. Heart developed from mesoderm in this way. Okay. So, in this video, we will discuss about the external structure, up to the external structure of heart. Let us discuss. In human being, the heart is ventral. It is placed at the mediastinum, in between the two lungs. Okay. It is equivalent to closed fist. Fist is not like this, rather this, because this portion is broad, this portion is narrow. The broader part is base and narrow part is apex. Okay. In between second and sixth rib, the heart is placed. Okay. The upper part of heart is broad, which is base, and lower part is narrow and blunt, it is apex. This part is base, this part is apex. Sometimes it is found that the heart is not in position, it is not between second and sixth rib. When it is not in position, it is called as ectopic heart. Ectopic heart. Clear? This is a ectopic heart. The atrium and ventricle. Okay. Atrium consists of 1/3 part, ventricle consists of two-third part of heart. We will discuss it later in detail. Remember, the atriums are anteriorly placed, which are one-third, and ventricles consist of two-third part. It is about 12 centimeter in length, 9 centimeter in breadth, 6 centimeter in thickness. When the weight is viewed, it shows that it is about 250 gram in female and 300 grams in male. Okay, well developed heart. Now come to the external part. Externally, we know 95% of heart is made of cardiac muscle. 95%. Okay, so there is an external covering. The external covering protect the heart, keep the heart in position, and also maintain a number of functions. Human heart is 4-chambered. In case of other vertebrates, if you take the account of fishes, it is 2-chambered. Tubular heart and they are venous heart. The venous heart do not receive oxygenated blood, rather it pump the blood to the gills. After purification, it enter into the body for circulation. Clear? So come to the part. Suppose this is the heart, atrium, ventricles. It is narrow and curved towards left. Okay. Externally, it is covered by a fibrous layer, fibrous connective tissue. This is fibrous layer. Okay. It is a top layer which protect the heart. Below the fibrous layer, there is serous layer. What is in the serous layer? The serous layer consists of squamous epithelium. It consists of squamous epithelium, and remember, this squamous epithelium is differentiated into two layers, divided into two layers, outer layer and inner layer. Okay, this is outer squamous layer and another layer which is, not this color, another squamous epithelium which is placed on the surface of heart. So this serous layer is divided into two parts. Serous layer is divided into two parts. Outer visceral, outer parietal layer, inner visceral layer. Outer parietal, inner visceral. Both of them constitute the serous. So fibrous and serous layer. So in between these two layers, there is a cavity. This is pericardial cavity. Pericardial cavity. In this pericardial cavity, pericardial fluid is present. In this cavity, pericardial fluid. The fluid consists of water, NaCl, mucus. The fluid prevents friction. It allows rhythmic function of heart. It maintains the heart in position. It maintains a constant pressure and temperature around heart. Clear? So this one is the cavity. The cavity is filled with cerebrospinal fluid. Clear? So, after that, these are the external covering. Remember, 95% of heart is made of cardiac muscle. Okay. Here at the inner part, the wall consists of cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle. This one, cardiac muscle. Okay. Except cardiac muscle, there is another muscle in the left ventricle, so that the force is more. We will discuss it in later class. Okay. So this is cardiac muscle. Below the cardiac muscle, the inner part is lined by squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium, like external part, inner lining is also squamous epithelium. These are squamous epithelium. Okay. When the covering is removed, if we remove the covering, what will happen? Remember, the total covering cannot be removed. The parietal can be removed. The fibrous can be removed, but the inner visceral layer cannot be removed. Why? Suppose after removal it is closely fixed to heart, how can it be removed? It cannot be removed. So when the external part is removed, external part when removed, it shows that there is outer layer. This outer layer is visceral layer. Now the visceral layer is called as epicardium, and the cardiac muscle for myocardium, and inner layer which is the squamous epithelial tissue, it became endocardium. Okay. So these are the three different covering. So when the part of pericardium, removable part of pericardium is removed, it shows epicardium, myocardium and endocardium. Okay. On the inner layer, as we have already discussed, it is lined by squamous epithelium. Okay. Separate muscles are present here. We will discuss about the cardiac muscle, septate muscle and other accessory muscles which are present in it in the coming video. So it is all about the external covering and external part of heart. In the coming video, we will detailedly discuss about the sulcus, the groove, the chambers, external chambers, its connectivity, valves, everything. Okay. So thank you all.